Question 6 asks, how do you calculate the standard enthalpy of reaction delta H for the following reaction? Okay, let's write down the balanced reaction. 4 NH3 gas plus 5 oxygen molecules makes 4 NO plus 6 H2O. So notice that they also give us the delta H formation values for all of these compounds. So I'll just write it in blue. For NH3, it is negative 45.9 kilojoules per mole. For oxygen, it is just a pure gas, so it is 0 kilojoules per mole. NO is 90.3 kilojoules per mole. And lastly, H2O, negative 241.8 kilojoules per mole. Okay, so to answer this question, I'm just going to write the basic expression on how to calculate the standard enthalpy of reaction. So the delta H of the reaction is equal to the sum of the delta H of formation for the products minus the sum of the delta H of formation of the reactants. So notice that I put N in front of all the delta H values. So this shows us that the number of moles actually has an impact on what our final answer will be. So let's plug in all of our values. Starting with the products, there are 4 moles of NO, and I'm going to multiply this by its delta H of formation value, which is 90.3 kilojoules per mole. Then water is also a product, so I'm going to add 6 moles times negative 241.8 kilojoules per mole. So these are all of our products, and then I'm going to minus the sum of the delta H of formation for all of our reactants. So our reactants is the 4 moles of the NH3. So its value is negative 45.9 kilojoules per mole. And then lastly, we have the oxygen. So there's 5 moles, but its value is 0. So we know that this will just cancel out. I'm just going to draw this canceling out. So now we just need to calculate, sum everything up, and make sure you want to do all of the multiplication steps before adding all the values up, just so that your calculator doesn't get confused with all the different values. And you should end up getting a final answer of negative 906 kilojoules. So you'll notice that the moles will cancel out when we multiply by all the coefficients. So let's look at what the junior tutor said. Recall that the delta H of reaction is given by this formula. delta H reaction is equal to the sum of the delta H of formation of the products minus the sum of the delta H of formation of the reactants. Since we are given the standard enthalpies, we can solve this directly. Remember to consider the coefficients during the reaction. So they had the 4 times 90.3 plus 6 times negative 241.8, all of that minus 4 times negative 45.9 plus 5 times 0, and they also got negative 906. So this solution is correct.